Howdy, everybody. Today we're going to talk specifically about one thing. We're going to talk about partials. And I want to be crystal clear here. There are some people that are very, very effective with partialing. They're very rare. The amount of effort that it takes to make money partialing, especially partialing off of load boards, is astronomical. You basically work all of the time. There are always going to be exceptions to that rule, but in general, most people that are hauling LTL partial work on hotshots are going away. They're going out of business, or they're going to big trucks. For the most part, there are exceptions to that rule. One of those guys is a big guy on YouTube. He works his butt off doing what he does to make money. He works probably 3 to 7 times harder than I do keeping his trucks loaded. Has to, because he's hauling 3, 4, 5 loads. I might book $8,000 per truck a week and only book 6 loads per truck, and I got 3 trucks because I'm booking long freight. I'm booking 1 load at a time, and I'm booking it for semis. A full truckload, paying $2.50 to $4 a mile, depending on what or where it's going. Okay, this guy is booking. He is working his butt off, right, to run LTL partially. I've said this before. If you're going, and this is my opinion, a lot of people disagree with me. I know he does. If you're going to partial, okay, if you're going to be a partial person, get a semi. Partialing on pickup trucks is absolutely silly to me, especially if you're CDL. I'm going to talk specifically that 26,000 plus range. If you're CDL, if you've already got your CDL, then partialing is silly on a hotshot. Now, why? Because you can partial so much more on a big rig. Why would you, like, if you're partialing, you're limiting yourself with a small truck. You can partial twice as much on a big rig. So why wouldn't you? If you're going to be a partial person, you could make so much money in a big rig if you want to work. If you put the effort that this guy puts into in putting together partials for a big rig, you could probably bring home 15 grand a week. Now, I don't want to work that much. And I've got 3 trucks, and running 3 trucks and having to do that, I don't want to do it. Call me lazy. I don't want to do it. I don't want to work that much. I don't want to work that hard. I want to book those trucks and work on optimizing my business. I feel like my efforts can be put in other places. There are other things behind the scenes that I'm working on, and I'd rather spend time on those. So that's my opinion on LTL and partially. If you're going to be doing it, get a big rig. And my second thing is, there are a lot of partial and LTL loads out there. Small things. A lot of things I see on these guys' trucks are small pallets of stuff, whatever. There is a reason that they are moving those on hotshots instead of with ABF, FedEx, UPS, whatever. There's a reason they're moving them with you guys instead of with them, and that's you're cheaper. Okay? These companies that have more capabilities to handle LTL, that have more warehouses and more ability to do LTL than you would do with a hotshot, are still more expensive than you are, and that is why they are moving these with you guys. If XPO could move I'm trying to get this to stop swinging. If XPO could move a pallet for $400 or $500, why would they spend that more to ship it with you? The answer is they wouldn't, right? You're cheaper than they are. That is why they're doing that. So just keep that in mind, right? And then the other thing to keep in mind, and I've talked about this before, is YouTube, Facebook. You need to take everything I say with a grain of salt. You need to disagree with me. You need to challenge my ideas, right? I am not right in a lot of the stuff I say. I know that. A lot of you know that. lot of you are doing things better than I am. I'm not saying that I am Mr. Perfect here. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But Facebook and YouTube are the worst things to use when you are trying to plan, without understanding that you're only seeing the cream of the crop. You're only seeing the success stories. And let me explain something here. When I started this company 2.5 years ago, there was 5, 6, 7 guys that on these Facebook forums or Facebook pages would post every single day. Every day. I'm not going to name names, but most of them aren't going to see this because they're no longer around. They've disappeared, right? And I, for fun, went and kind of looked around and see what they were doing. None of them are trucking anymore. They have all gotten out of the business. These people bragging and doing that stupid flex emoji about freight are all out of the business, right? There are only a couple of those that were, and now there's still people, right, that pop up and they're still posting these posts, but they are different people than that were 2.5 years ago. So these people aren't making it. They're flexing, and they disappear. But you never know that. You don't know who they are. You don't see them. People doing research only see what's going on right at that moment. And so anytime you're going to use any sort of social media for research, you need to take it with a grain of salt. The people that fail in this industry do not continue making YouTube videos about it, right? They're not going to sit there and keep making YouTube videos and making posts on deals. So you need to understand that there is a 90% failure rate in the first year, 80 to 90%, depending on what you're looking at, who you're talking to. An 80 to 90% failure rate. That means 8 to 9 out of 10 people go out of business in the first year. You need to know that. I love these posts that get that negative. No, that's not negative. It's a fact, and you need to understand it before you make the decision to jump in, because you don't want to be one of those 7 or 8, 8 or 9 people. You want to be the ones that succeed. And there's plenty of people on this post that are part of that 10, 20% that do succeed. But so many people fail. And it's just frustrating for me to see how many people just, the amount of people, I just spent $120,000 on a truck and trailer. Can anyone tell me how to find freight? Can anyone tell me what I need to do to get my MC number? You are setting yourself up to fail. I'm not saying you will, but you are setting yourself up to fail. You have done no planning. You just saw a shiny new truck and a shiny new trailer and said, I'm going to start doing this, and went and bought it. Don't get me started. Anyway, kind of got off topic there. We're at 8 minutes. We're going to call this one good. If you are interested in why, one of the reasons I don't like LTL and partialing, look at my post, Partials Are Painful. One of my big things that I don't like, one of my YouTube videos is Partials Are Painful. One of the things I don't like about partialing is people never calculate what they're making correctly, and they don't know that they're actually not making that much money. So watch my episode on Partials Are Painful. I think it's fair. Ignore my glasses. I didn't have contacts at the time. I had these horrible glasses that I had forever. They're safety glasses from a mine I used to work at, but it was the only thing I had so I could see. Anyway, check that video out, and guys, we'll talk to you next time.